Hello, welcome to another session with me, Aruna Dantabhaktuni. And in today's session, we will actually learn nested branch. So before we get there, let's do a quick recap of previous tutorial. First is we would load the deployr library and also load data or CSV data from a URL. So this is our data. As you can see in this data set, we have subjects of different weights. In a previous tutorial, we had seen how to use the if-else, wherein we were categorizing if the weight was less than 60 or above 60. So in this case, we'll just quickly do this so you can see how the data is distributed. Now, let's take this a step further. Here, what we will do is that we will separate not only subjects above or below 60, but we will further separate them into 3 categories. If the weight is between 60 and 70 and also above 70. In order for us to do that, you would have to use 2 if-else statements. So let's quickly look at that. So as you can see here that we have to use 2 if-else statements to split the output a little further. Here, the data was split beyond the 2 cases. However, as you would also agree with me that this is quite cumbersome, quite a bit of if-else to be written. In order to make this easier, R actually has another command called case-when. In this case, it's a much easier looking syntax. Let's actually look at that. So the first is if x is less than 60, then it will come in this bucket below 60. If it is not, it'll get further. It would keep going through the various stages of filters. And in this case, we have 3 different buckets. The first bucket is if it is below 60, it falls in that. The second bucket is if it is between 60 and 70, then it falls in the second bucket. If not, it goes into the third bucket, which is, the above 70 bucket. The syntax comparatively is a lot simpler, easy to understand, easy to manage as well. Now, as we had seen earlier, we can again use something very similar to what we had done earlier, that is to use the mutate and create a column within the data set which would contain all of these conditions, and you would be able to see the output of your analysis right within the data set. So that's it for this tutorial. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in our future tutorials. Take care.